person.
Emotional love.
Groceries you buy, to the gas in your car, to the toys that you're already eyeing for the holidays, all of it is getting more expensive. We've been warning about supply chain shortages for weeks, and now we're starting to see the empty shelves. Tonight, the Biden administration taking action, hoping to keep the situation from spiraling even further out of control. The president announcing today the Port of Los Angeles will now operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The head of the port there comparing the backlog of cargo ships to taking 10 lanes of freeway traffic and squeezing them into 5. There is also a major shortage of truck drivers. Officials are hoping scenes like this one in the UK, dozens and dozens of cars lined up for gas, don't happen here too. The gas shortage there, in part because of a lack of truck drivers. And tonight, UPS, FedEx, and the Postal Service are out with their ship-by dates to make sure everything you buy for the holidays gets there in time. Chief White House correspondent Cecilia Vega covering it all for us. She leads us off tonight.
Tonight in Long Beach, California, at what should be one of the busiest ports in the country, a fleet of container ships sitting idle, containers stacked high, waiting to be unloaded. The bottleneck leading to a crisis in America's supply chain. Now facing skyrocketing prices and bare store shelves, President Biden is vowing to act.
We're going to help speed up the delivery of goods all across America.
In the midst of the global pandemic, the cost of shipping containers needed to move goods from Asia to the U.S. soaring. Plus a shortage of workers, from longshoremen on the dock to truck drivers, all leading to scenes like this. Empty shelves at Tim Metcalf's grocery store in Wisconsin.
The supply chain issues we're having are really kind of from soup to nuts.
He says he's seeing price hikes across the board, and he's not alone. Americans are paying more for everything, from diapers to new cars, up more than 8%, and clothes, up more than 3%. And it could get even worse as the holidays approach.
With the holidays coming up, you might be wondering if gifts you plan to buy will arrive on time.
Americans are looking at shortages on things like toasters, sneakers, bikes, and toys.
There are certain things that are not coming, that will not be here. I know a lot of toy makers that we have talked to have looked into renting their own planes, putting things on trains, renting their own trucks. I mean, it's been dramatic.
Tonight, the White House praising news that the Port of Los Angeles will now run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Union workers will put in longer hours, and shipping companies like UPS, Walmart, and FedEx will increase overnight hours to get the goods on store shelves.
The commitments being made today are a sign of major progress in moving goods from manufacturers to a store or to your front door.
And we're certainly hoping to see those signs of progress. Cecilia Vega joins us now from the White House. Cecilia, we know you pressed the White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki today on whether these things could get worse before they get better. What'd she tell you?
Well, Trevor, here's...
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, the great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. It's Akia Mahaloya coming back with a lesson through the Spirit. Those with us edifying title in short supply. It says retailers struggle to stock items as holidays loom. They had a press conference with this, excuse my French, but this bitch, Jen Psaki, but she's a fucking devil, man. I can't stand that piece of shit. That mannish, demented, low-life devil, man. She's just a snooty ass demon. All right, but anyway, they had a press conference with her today, basically going into the America supply chain, which is in a total frenzy right now due to the deliberate holding of these goods for months and months at a time. And they were even talking about this last year, that certain items across seas were literally stocked up on the port. So this has been something they've been testing out for over a year. All right, and they want to see how you Babylonians are going to react to it, because they were talking about that the goods would not be here in time for Christmas. So now they got to up the ante on getting these shipments to the stores. So think about it this way. You have a lot of workers, a lot of truckers that's going to work around the clock to allegedly to get these barrels delivered to your retail stores, etc. And you literally have 2.5 months, if that, to make this happen. Matter of fact, about a month and a week, because technically the stores need to be stocked by what they call Black Friday. which, you know, this may be their attempt on trying to give you some holiday, a false sense of security. But this shit is done. Stick a fork in it. It's finished. You know, no matter if you are operating ports 24 hours, 7 days a week to try to get the supply chain on track, the reality of it is you don't have the residual income to continue to pay these other nations for those goods. And who's to say that those items and those foods and so forth are any good if they've been sitting there for months in the middle of the ocean? You know, and it's hot in California, man. So, and those containers, I don't think that they're ventilated with air. So therefore, who's to say that the milk and the food and the mayonnaise and the cheese and all that stuff isn't gone bad, man? So it's done. America is finished. The global supply chain is getting ready to collapse completely. And this is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, okay? Because the scriptures go into how they tried to heal Babylon, but she was not healed. All right, so let me get that information real quick. Well, the scripture, the book of Jeremiah 51, and I'm going to start at verses 6. It says, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off for her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, and he will render unto her a recompense." When it says flee out of Babylon, that's not talking about literally hopping on a plane and getting out of Babylon the Great, or going to Morocco somewhere, or Yugoslavia. It's actually talking about coming out of her spiritually, and it means physically when a chariot beams us up. Okay, because right before the Most High ends the final judgment on America through the missiles, we're going to be beamed up out of here right in time to see this place go down. And the apostles broke it down and stated that we're really going to hear a voice saying, "Come out of her, my people." And the apostle said you're going to hear it in Hebrew. Okay, so hey, I can believe that. But anyway, it says, "Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and have made all the earth drunken, and the nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad." And it proves that this is talking about America, because the precept to this is Revelation 18th chapter, when it said that all the nations were drinking off the wine of her fornication. They all came against her. So that's why you're seeing a disruption in these global food supply chains, and these supply chains mainly here in Babylon the Great, because it's prophecy. Okay, and like the Most High say, he broke the scepter of the rulers. He smoked the staff of bread in Babylon. Okay, so therefore the economic collapse followed by this supply chain and everything that's going on with the pandemic and so forth. Hey, it all leads to one thing: the MOTB, because we believe somehow, some way, through an economic collapse and rationing food over people's head will be a way to get them to take the MOTB. Okay, because global food or the supply chains are running dry, man. Okay, it's going to be a bad day in Babylon the Great for those of you that put their faith in the system. And this is the reason why Esau Edom is mad. He's pissed off, man, because they're seeing that their livelihoods are being surely stripped away. But it says, "Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for our pain, if so she may be healed." Okay, and you think of balm as like Neosporin. It's basically an agent that stops the wound from getting affected. It's a healing agent. Okay, and by him opening up the supply chains and trying to get this food to the different retail markets, he believed that he's doing the economy a service, but they've done the economy a total disservice, because they deliberately left those things there. And he's looking at the fact on how people are gonna pretty much panic. They're gonna panic buy. He's looking at how people are gonna fight for these things. So they're basically playing with you. It's like a mouse that a cat got by the tail. How a cat toys with his prey. That's what they're doing with you, because he's seeing the frustration of the people. So basically he's giving you a little bit and he's taking a lot away. He's going to continue to spoon feed you, and then take it away, give you a little more, then take it away. Then until he completely takes it away, you people are going to be growling at his feet. Okay, because that's the thing, man. You give them a taste of the honey. That way they keep coming back for more. Because if they allow these goods to hit these stores before Christmas, and people are allowed to binge shop like they usually do, then people are going to get their hopes up again. They're going to drop their guard. And when they drop their guard, then bam, that's when the judgment going to come. Okay, because Biden, he don't give a fuck about you people. And really, he's being controlled by the elite bankers, the elite, the Illuminati, the Rothschild, the bankers. That's his form of people who's controlling him. That's who he's working for. Jen Psaki, all these demons. Okay, when they come on the news network and so forth, they're just lying to you people. But nonetheless, hey, they're getting ready to put the squeeze on you, Hegelian dialectus. And it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reaching into the heaven and is lifting up even into the skies. Okay, so all the bailouts, all the stimulus money, you know, like they're giving these women all this free money every month due to them having children. I think it's like a tax credit or something like that. Basically, man, he's printing money out of thin air, which is causing everything to hyperinflate. That's why at the beginning of the video, it was stated that people were paying more for cars. The cars went up 8.7%, as if they wasn't expensive already. Okay, diapers, toiletries, you know, shit, eggs have been damn near $2 for over a year now. Okay, only how you really getting eggs for less than $1 is if stores have specials on it. You know, 67 cents a carton, $1 a carton. But now, on average, eggs run you anywhere between, in a good batch of eggs, run you damn near $4 a carton, man. You know, the store brand shit a little cheaper than that. But if you want the good eggs, the fluffy joints, you paying almost $4 for them eggs, man. Cheeses went up. Shit, cow's milk is fucking $4.50 a gallon for trash, man. You see what I'm saying? So Yahweh Shemi Shai is delivering a massive blow to Babylon the Great. All right, staff bread. Let me look that up. Oh, man. All this is good. Oh, man. Yeah, the Most High. Oh, there's a couple of good scriptures on this. I know Leviticus 26 and 26, it says, when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women should break your bread in one oven, and they should deliver you in your bread again by weight, and you should eat it and not be satisfied. Okay? You Israelites, you see? You Israelites, man, because a famine is coming to America. And a lot of you Israelites, you're going to starve to death. Because the Most High have the four-sword judgment, the famine, the noisome pestilence, which is the missiles, okay, the beast, the slay, and the sword. You see? Psalms 105 and 16, it says, moreover, he calleth for a famine upon the land, and he break the whole staff of bread, though this is going into Egypt. But the scriptures say that the Most High was going to smite Egypt with plagues as he did before. Okay, so the staff of bread goes into your food system, your global supply chains, right in the scriptures, man. You know? Man, Ezekiel 5:16. I'm going to start at verses 14, 15. It says, moreover, I will make thee waste and reproach among the nations that are round about thee in the sight of all that pass by. I'm going to get talking about Israelites, man. It says, so it should be a reproach and a taunt and an instruction and an astonishment unto the nations that are round about thee when I shall execute judgments in thee in anger and in fury and furious rebukes. For the Lord hath spoken it. And when I was sent upon them the evil arrows of famine, okay, the evil arrows of famine. These are the plagues. It says, which should be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread, man. Okay? So that's coming to America as a whole, though this is talking about Israelites, but this is going to happen into all America. It says, so I will send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring a sword upon thee. I, the Lord, have spoken it, man. So right now is not the time to be fucking around, man, okay? Because we know how people get where they don't have food to eat. Read 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, about the famine of Samaria. All right? Yep, that's it on that. One more precept here. Matter of fact, one more precept. Isaiah, the 19th chapter. And I'm going to start at verses 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight one against his brother, everyone against his neighbor. See, they get city, kingdom against kingdom. Okay, and what is that going into? It is going into the class rise, to the division that's currently undergoing. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail. The spirit of Egypt is everything from the supply chains to the people to the mirth. Mirth is being broken down at an all-time high. All right. It says, in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. Many people going to try to tap into seances. People going to try to call on the gods, man, etc., to try to get an answer as to what's happening, because they're going to understand, or they're not going to understand, that the Most High is the one that's bringing these judgments. Okay. Going down to verses 14, it says, and the Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and have caused Egypt to earn every work thereof as a drunken man staggered in his vomit. Neither should there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail or branch or rush may do. And in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it should be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it, man. All right, so, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he is basically breaking the staff of Egypt, man. Okay, the staff of bread in the land of Egypt. Man of Egypt. What does it say here? Isaiah 36 and 6, it says, lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, wherein if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust him. Who's the current king of Egypt right now? This guy, Joe Biden, all right, which is really the elites. But Biden is the face of this business. Okay, and America's falling, man. Stick a fork in it. She's done. And with that, shalom.
The big reality check that's coming from the White House. They can't make any guarantees right now. We could still very much be talking about shortages and price hikes come the holiday season. Think about it. Even if these goods are out there and the White House, the administration says the goods are out there, it's going to take a long time to get them offloaded off of those cargo ships that we've been seeing and onto store shelves just because of the complicated nature of this supply chain. And the White House is warning, if you're a last-minute shopper, of which I am one, this might not be the year where you want to procrastinate.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that, Cecilia. And of course, we're also, as we're seeing rising prices, you are learning tonight, though, there is some good news, a boost for seniors coming in Social Security.
Yeah, this could be some really good news, Trevor, for a lot of people. We're talking about a nearly 6% cost of living boost in those Social Security checks. And frankly, we haven't seen an increase like this in nearly 4 decades. This is meant to help offset the cost, those price hikes that we've been talking about in so many essential goods and things like food and gasoline. So here is the good news. The average American retiree, Trevor, is now looking at $92 more a month come January.
That is a helpful boost, but of course it does appear that they're going to need that $92 too. Thank you, Cecilia Vega from the White House. Now to the pandemic. Tonight, the